Good morning, everybody. So I am actually sitting over here at my altar talking with my ancestors as we start another week. As for me, I kind of actually feel like my week begins on Monday and ends on Sunday. Let me apologize first. I took a trip, and let me tell you that everything that could go wrong went wrong. Not necessarily on the trip, but after the trip. And every piece of electronic that I had does not want to freaking function. But I'm recouping. I just got this new phone, so I'm able to record now. But everything, Mercury retrograde doesn't even hit till like the end of the month or something like that. And it just came to me early. It might even be November. And yeah, it got me. And I usually don't get God, but I got God this time when it comes to electronics. But even aside from that, with my health, I'm not going to cry in this video. Because let me tell you, I had the worst week last week. Like, everything went wrong. And I ended up in the hospital. And I ended up going to see a specialist and all this other kind of stuff. All of this, like, I have so many tests that I still have to do. All this medical jargon thrown around. And I start looking at my situation, and I was so anxious, like I could not sleep. And my body is flipping out. I'm in tons of pain, like so much pain that I'm losing consciousness. Like, it's just, the shit is unreal. And I kind of called out on my ancestors, and I was like, what is this? Like, what the fuck is going on? What is wrong with my body right now? Like, I cannot even function. It was like feeling pain, not just in the area that I was seeing the specialist for, but like everywhere. Like, my head is hurting, my arms hurt, my legs hurt. Like, it's everywhere. The more I tried to like take something to resolve it, it was like the more the pain would fight back. Like, nah, get that shit out of here. Like, I was fucking suffering. And I think I worked a total of, out of 40 hours last week. Thank God I worked from home, and thank God they're understanding and flexible, because I think I worked a total of 18 hours, and half of those hours, I don't even know that I was actually doing any work. Like, I was going all the way through. And I started to get really upset and really emotional. And really scared, which isn't like me. And I started to say that to my ancestors, like, this is not me. What is going on? Like, this is not my body. This is not me. This is not how I treat myself. This is not what I know that, you know, the doctors say I have, okay, a couple of autoimmune diseases. I know that, but usually they are chronic conditions, but let's just say usually my pain is under control. Usually it's temporary. To be in a long-term state like that, it will cause you to lose your motherfucking mind. And I was so crazy. I felt so crazy last week, just out of control. Emotionally, I felt like I couldn't control myself. Spiritually, I felt like, what the hell? Like, I've been consistent. I've been on my shit. Maybe not on 100 on my shit, but I've been on my shit. Like, what is this? Anyway, I heard one single word from my ancestors, which was tap. And I recognized immediately there's this method called EFT tapping, where you tap and talk to your body in a sense, and it helps you release pain. And so I start tapping, which you tap on your hand with your other hand. I can't really do it because I'm holding this camera. And then you're up here, and then outer eye, under the eye, here, and then on your collarbone. And I kept saying, what is this pain? Why so much pain? First I said, I recognize you're in pain. I hear you, pain. I hear you. What are you trying to tell me? Why all of this pain? What is going on? What can I do? And I realized something real deep, and this is why I'm gonna share this, because this is what my ancestors are saying. It's not just you. It's going on with other people as well. So if you've been following my channel, you already know that, like, I done shadow work up the ass and done so much with transmuting energy and so much, inner work from childhood on. I've done so much of that. And that was a pain that I'm accustomed to, is emotional pain, is emotional scarring. As I've healed all of that, I realize now that I put something in its place. The thing that's sitting in its place is disease. In place of being mistreated, in place of being used, in place of being stepped over or stepped on, in place of being disrespected, even sometimes physically abused, definitely verbally abused, in place of all those things that were heavy on me, wounding me, scarring me, causing me to bleed, in place of all of those things that I healed up, that I did the work on, that I said, you know what, I'm not dealing with this in my life, such and such people, they need to go, this is what needs to stop, this is where I need to change, all of that, but I still have an addiction to pain. And it's hard to hear myself saying it, but I hear it. And it's fucking true. Because I'm more protective of myself emotionally and socially and all of that kind of stuff. Because I'm so much like working on that side, even though I eat right, even though I exercise, y'all, if you've been following my channel, you see my weight go up, up, up. Sometimes it goes down for a minute and goes back up. I don't talk about that a lot, but it's like always this circle with me. And I can't figure out, why am I going in circles? Why is my body holding on to this weight when I'm eating right and I'm exercising right and I'm getting up and I'm meditating and I'm pushing my limits in the gym, things like that. Like, why is my body not responding? It's not responding because my mind is not changing. My mind is still on this mentality of, well, you're just heavy set, you're just thick, or everyone in your family holds weight in their midsection, so will you. Everybody else has a few extra pounds, so will you. I've been telling myself that and doing the opposite and expecting a result. Nothing is stronger than your mind. And that's what the message that I'm getting back right now is. Nothing is stronger. There's nothing in your life that's stronger than your mind. And the pain that I'm feeling in my body was something that I did not feel before. It was always right here, up here in my heart chakra. Always feeling pain in my heart. Always feeling like, woe is me, being a victim. And just right now, my ancestors was like, you are choosing to be a victim again. You are choosing to be not a victim of a person. You're choosing to be a victim of a disease. The disease is a created thing in your mind. It doesn't matter if the doctors diagnose if it exists in medical books and all this other kind of stuff. The point is, does it exist in your mind? And if it does, you've already given it the ability to take hold of your life. Because I kept saying, damn it, this is not me. This is not me. Like, I wanted to get up. I wanted to sing and I couldn't sing. I wanted to dance and I couldn't dance. Like, sometimes that's what I do to like distract myself when I'm feeling a little bit of pain, and I get, it helps me, it lifts my spirits and I feel better and go back to life as per usual. But nah, I couldn't this week. Like, I was debilitated. I was laying in the bed and I felt like I was wasting my life. I did read though, because that helped me keep my mind on something else other than being in pain. And the fact that my body was acting like I took nothing to stop the pain signals or whatever. But that's what they're telling me. You're choosing to be a victim to these diseases, and you're allowing them to grow by saying, oh, I have this disease, I have that disease. And they're like, if you want to eradicate something, take it out of your mind. If you want to get rid of it, if you want to get rid of what they diagnose you with, stop thinking about it. Think about health. Think about what you're going to eat to improve your health. Think about the exercises you're going to do to improve your health. Think and envision yourself as a healthy human being, and your body will follow suit. And so I'm convicting myself with that this morning about being addicted to pain and seeing the pain show up physically, and it ain't funny no more. We got to hold ourselves accountable like all the time. It's a never-ending journey. You have to hold yourself accountable all the time. And I'm going to ask for prayer, because that's something I don't do. Is ask for help at all. But in the midst of all of these tests, of finally seeing a specialist that wants to help me, I know what needs to be done. I know that I need a surgery, but in the middle of all of these tests and everything, some things don't look right at this moment. And so they have to test further. And a couple of those tests, just based on my symptoms and the way things are going, they're thinking that I have cancerous cells at this point. And that's what really threw me over the edge. Mentally, I think I allowed myself to like jump off the fucking bridge, because one of my, I'll just say it, like one of my ovaries is 3 times the size of the other one. And there is no visible cyst in the test that they have done, which makes them believe that it's either a tumor or something, or cancerous. So they're taking cells and testing them now. And actually, a lot of women in my family have died from ovarian cancer. And my grandmom had it a couple years ago, but she, recognized it very early on and was able to get radiation. She's still chilling. But they did remove everything. But y'all know, like, I don't have no kids. It makes it even more scarier, because I do want to. I don't know. I just went off the deep end in my mind, and like, I felt like so anxious and so upset and so out of control, so powerless, so helpless. Somebody help me. That's how I felt. And, last night before I went to bed, I was like, forget this. Like, nah, they haven't even given me a diagnosis. And here I am giving myself ovarian cancer. Like, what the fuck? Get your shit together. And that's what I told myself, like, get your shit together. This is not you. This is not who you are. You are not a disease. You are not a victim of disease. You're not a victim, because this society with the chemicals in the food, I don't need to tell y'all that. Y'all know, like, it's no freaking joke. And you sit around and you watch young people get sick, children getting cancer because of the environments that we live in. And I'm just like, it doesn't need to be you though. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to accept that. You don't have, like, to think of it as to say, okay, I'll take that diagnosis before they even give it to me. You know what I mean? And so I am asking for prayers. Send me some healing energy and some loving energy. I appreciate it. And I'm just over here in front of my altar, like, doing a build-up, because a mental build-up and a spiritual build-up, because I cannot focus on the physical right now. Like, I can't afford to focus on the physical. I have to focus on what it is that, my own personal goals. And it totally, completely took me away from that. I couldn't study. I couldn't, unfortunately, somebody paid me for a reading and I couldn't focus. Like, I couldn't even do that. It was just that intense. The pain was that intense, and it's just not me. Like, hell no. I'm getting back on a horse this week. And I hope that whoever this message was for, whoever they were telling me to share this message to, get back on your horse too. All right? So, like this video, comment, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. And I hope everyone has just a greater week as I am going to have. All right? Talk to y'all another time.